Protecting all my energy. You can't take this vibe from me, 'cause I am so in love with me.
Yeah. What up? It's your boy OCB, man, and welcome to the Music Makers Lounge, man. We interview all brand new artists, R&B, Southern Soul, blues, rap, whatever, dancing, singing, writers, whatever you do for his music, man, come to the Music Makers Lounge. And today, my people, we have another guest from, man, another great performer, up and coming, from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Lovely Layla. You ready to introduce her? Let's get to it. Miss Talisha Cousins. Talisha Cousins, man. I see Talisha Cousins, my bad. Yeah, what up? I just butchered your name. I'm so sorry.
I heard that.
Yeah, I butchered it to death.
I was like,
So now I was reading over your bio. So you call MisUnderstood. So what are we going by these days? Is it Talisha MisUnderstood? Cause the whole thing was MisUnderstood.
on the stage is MisUnderstood.
Okay. And
That's
you use your
my
government name when you write.
no, when I'm writing, that's MisUnderstood is also
Oh, okay.
my
So
everyday walk of life. It's I go by Talisha, work, friends. But anytime I'm on that stage and I'm behind my music, it's MisUnderstood. Be
all
it
right.
pencil, be it microphone, it's MisUnderstood.
Okay. MisUnderstood. So that's what I'm gonna call you through the interview. MisUnderstood. MisUnderstood. How about that? That sounds better for me. Look.
You won't be the first that put it that way, so I like it.
Yeah. So tell the people, man, about where you from.
I am from Georgia, as you stated. Actually, I'm west of Atlanta. I'm
Hmm.
from a little small country town. Originally from Bremen, reside in Temple,
Right.
Georgia, right?
Okay.
But I am from Georgia. Georgia
All
people
right. All right, man. And that's where you live there all your life.
all my life.
Okay,
Been in
that's what.
Bremen, born and bred.
All right. So all your early musical influence came from Georgia and the surrounding areas. So what did you do for as music? What did you do in your younger years? Let's talk about your younger years. What did you do to get in the mindset of I want to do music?
Ah, I start. It's so funny because everybody always has that. Well, when I started out, I was in the
Right.
choir. Well, guess what? Here's my
You
story. When I started out, I was in the choir. But it went beyond that. My brother and I, we used to sing together a lot, and
right.
middle of the night, he waking me up asking me to harmonize the parts and all this other stuff. So I sang with the Atlanta Metropolitan Mass Choir, um, bunch of other local groups, um, but singing with my brother, that
Okay.
watching him write, watching him and his endeavors really spunked me into saying, "Ooh, that's what I want to do."
Yeah, it became interesting to you, right?
Yeah. What pushed me over the edge was and just gave me that, yeah, that's what I want, is the love that's reciprocated when you know a crowd is feeling you. At a young age, to hear people just applaud and people love what they hear and they're encouraging you, it said, I love you. It says, I love you.
Right.
So that was enough for me to say, hey, you know what? Oh my God, people like me. I like this.
Right. Right.
A cappella choirs, school, trios. I knew what my path was supposed to be. I knew my purpose.
Okay. So you just had it was just you and your brother, or you have any more siblings?
It was my whole family. It's just me and my brother, sibling wise. But my mom sings, my dad sings, my granny sings, my everybody in my family sings.
Okay,
Um,
so when y'all go to have holidays, everybody sing, or what do y'all do? How they what the holidays look like?
the holidays look like singing,
Yeah.
eating, laughing, cutting up, aggravating one another. You know the typical. Um,
hmm
but ours pretty much is, we get together, we don't sing. We don't care if it ain't but one song, we don't sing.
Right, 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 right. And just being it like and you was also like as you singing and growing up and you doing your thing in music, was you always besides you and your brother, yeah, that was your first group, like put it like that. That was your first group. Then did you go from that to just trying to be in groups or just always wanting to be a solo singer? What was your
I always wanted to sing with my brother. That was my comfort zone. That was my safe haven. And I begged and I begged and I tugged on his shirt and I'm like, hey. So finally one day he looked at me and he's like, sis, it's not me anymore. He started doing psychology and seminary and doing DJing on cruise ships. And I'm like, man, bro, come on. We've been doing this for years.
right,
But again, it wasn't a journey for him. I guess it was for me. So I
right,
eventually ventured out on my own, got with this band. And because I was so used to my brother, kept
right. You needed
trying.
somebody, you needed some people around you in a way.
Yes, but it still
Yeah,
wasn't. They still didn't give me what he gave me. So
gotcha.
stage fright hit. Never had stage fright a day in my life.
Right,
So stage fright hit, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot do this without him. He was my drug. I need my brother.
right, right,
Um, Finally, the band that I was with, my bass guitar player looked at me and said, he had wrote a song and he was like, go write to this. I was like, no, I don't do the writing. My brother does the writing. I just sing and I harmonize. Don't get me to do all the extra stuff. That's not me.
right.
I actually ended up writing my first song and I was shocked and I haven't
Mhm.
stopped since. I've been writing ever since. Um, Slowly learning the path of, dropping and recording and getting in the studio. So now that I've learned my way, slowly but surely, you learn something new every day.
Right,
But once I learned that path, it's been all gas, no brakes.
right. So on this first song that you written, how what did you love it or do you still sing it?
Very first song that I wrote,
Yeah, like when you got into writing without your brother, he was doing the writing, so you had to write. You had to put your pen to paper, and you had to write. How did it come out?
the very first song that I wrote, it came out really well. Um, Shortly after I wrote that song, I lost my bass player, and I maybe sang the song a couple of times after that. And because it was a tearjerker for me. I couldn't sing it for a while,
Okay,
but I still picked it back up. I had to find my strength because I knew what he wanted me to do. I knew his encouragement behind it, and that where the enemy wanted for me to let that be something to stop me, I had to take it and reverse it and say, no, this is what started me,
okay,
and applied it and just
all right.
kind of kept going.
So did the band break up after the bass player died, or you just got another bass player to try to pull it out, everything together and keep it
My
going?
my bass player passed. The other vocalist ended up with cancer, and the lead guitar, which was her husband, he ended up with cancer. So
Uh,
they both kind of, shut down. It was an older group.
gotcha.
And then my drummer ended up having to have surgery on his knee from football, so he couldn't do the drumming anymore. So at that point, it was just like time for me to just go solo. My brother quit on me. The band quit. The band had to just die down, and now I gotta find my way. I
Yeah.
stopped for a long time. For a long time, I got into directing choirs.
Okay.
Um, so I was directing one of the local congregations that I was worshiping at. I was into the gospel scene.
Okay.
Um, so I ran into this wonderful artist. Never, don't know if you've heard of her, but Jay Messiah.
Mm,
Um, she became my engineer and asked me, what do you really want to do with yourself? I want to do music, but my brother's not doing the band's died down. I can't do it anymore. She's like, bull. So she actually showed me the ropes and
right.
picked music back up about 6, 7 years ago. And from that point on,
You've been doing your thing as a solo artist.
solo artist, I've been doing my thing.
Okay, so what? I see you like a plethora of different, kinds of music, different kinds of music. So, when you was doing your solo thing, where did you go? Did you went to R&B? Did you go to country?
I
Neo
started out,
soul music? Like what was your thing, your go to?
I, I started out with R&B,
Mm-hmm.
and then being from the country, it was embedded in me. You can take the girl out the country, but you can't take the country out the girl.
Mm-hmm.
I started singing country. I wrote my first country song, put it out. After that, I really locked in with neo soul. I
Okay.
got from everybody, that's your lane. Nobody's in that lane right now. Stay right there. Stay right there. I found myself writing more and more neo soul.
Right.
Now it's like, hey, I don't want to live in a box. I want to do it all. I want to do country. I want to do blues. I want to do R&B. I want to do it all. I
Right.
think the thing that I haven't been able to just really lock in with is probably heavy metal, and that's because it gives me a headache. But um, I want to do it all. I know some
Right.
people say, hey, it's too busy. You got to get with one, stay focused on one, and then I get the whole. I watch all the other artists. Um, they're kind of playing around in all the areas, and I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
if I can do it, why not? If I can just keep them all where they need to be,
Right.
as easy as I can.
Right. But
I
I think that's just the writer side of you too, because as a writer, you want to write what you want to write. Right. You know what I'm saying?
whatever
People,
I'm
I know.
feeling at the moment is that's if it's given to me, country, I'm gonna go with that. Some nights I wake up from a dream and I hear bars and I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about, but I'm just gonna receive it. I'm gonna write it down and just let it. I'll dwell on it for a while,
Right.
and then I just choose my genre from what's given to me. I
Gotcha.
don't just sit down and say, hey, give me a pen and paper and I'm gonna write. Sometimes I allow my spirit to give me what I need based on things people talk to me about. A lot of people like to talk to me. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
a lot of people like to talk to me. So I'll take their story and I'll make it a song, or I'll take something I'm going through or I have went through, turn it into a song. It just
Right.
depends on what I'm feeling.
That's cool. So, do you think all the songs that you write are for you, or do you think it's some of them for other artists that what you might like? If you hear a voice, you're like, I wrote this song, and you would sound great doing this.
Mhm.
Are you willing to give away your babies like that? You know what I mean? And so many words.
That's funny that you asked because these next couple of songs that I'm coming out with, I have brought some other artists in on. Um, but I write my music in hopes that it resonates with not just artists, with people in general. Music is healing. Music heals
Right.
the soul. And when people can relate to what you're putting out there, the point you're trying
Hmm.
to, they're more receptive of it.
Right.
So I do put it out there in hopes that other artists will say, "Hey, let's collaborate. Hey, I like this. Let's try this with your music." I love collaborating.
Right.
I don't care. That's why I like being in every genre because I
Right.
don't want anybody to be able to grab me and say, "Hey, I need you to do some country. Hey, I need you to do some Neil." I want to be that person. I want to be your
Right.
person.
Right. So when you actually come out with this, uh, are you working on a solo album, like an album right now? First of all,
I am currently working on my country album and my neo soul
I saw you doing two at once.
album.
That's interesting.
I'm
They
hungry. I'm hungry.
don't-
Bear
so
with
which,
me.
like you got a time where you gonna put out one or the other, or are you putting out like both at the same time, or how
No,
you?
I'll do the neo soul before I do the country. But they'll be short. I like to take a song, or even whether it's a single or even these albums that I'm getting ready to put out and push it
Mhm.
for a while.
Right.
Let me get in their ear. Let that album, that single sink in. Let
Right.
them really grasp it before I come back and wait a minute, we didn't get to feeling this one good yet. Hold on. So I want
Right.
to put it out, give it a little bit, kind of space it out, and then release my next.
Mhm. So how often, as being a writer or just a soul singer, how often do you think you should put out music? I know people kind of push the issue, man, just put out a song every week. Or, I guess they come from the rap culture that we have, and they put out so much music so fast. I'm just saying for us, like singers and soul singers, how often should you put out a song?
I think, my opinion, um, if you, I put out my first single and I pushed those first, I wrote my first three songs and I pushed those three songs for at least a year or more. I know I did mine for about 2 years, so I'm not gonna say a
Right,
year. I pushed
right,
mine for 2 years before. I was still writing. It doesn't mean you have to stop writing. Doesn't mean you have
right,
to stop stacking that catalog. Keep doing that.
mm, right,
But push this song. Let it circulate. Let it go global. Let people hear it.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
more you add to it, it's like, wait a minute. Some people didn't get a chance to catch what you already got
right,
out there.
right,
But we get excited. We move too fast. That's my opinion. But I at least think, at least push a song at least a year, at
right,
least a year and a half at the most, before you know, just go back to back to back. I know we tend to get on these radio stations and they're wearing the song out, and you're like, oh my gosh, this radio station plays this song one more time.
right,
It gets old. It'll get old fast.
right,
So in the meantime, you're stacking your catalog. You're getting ready to, hey, okay, they done wore this one out. If
yeah,
it's 6 months and they've really driven your song, you promote it, you've pushed it like you need to. Okay,
hmm,
6 months, you might want to ease another one in there, but
right,
don't make it go back to back to back to back.
right. Yeah, that is true. And even in some cases, some people put it depends on the demographic too, right? Just say if you do a neo soul, this is a certain kind of demographic. You push this song over here, but I'm also gonna push this country song, but I'm putting in a whole different demographic. And they one day they might meet, one day they might not. But some of them was like, is this the same person? We didn't know that. You feel what I'm saying? So when the collection of work come out, they be like, oh, okay, I see. She's dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it happens all the time, and I see a lot of people, man. They have songs out years ago, but they'll just not have a hit. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Last week, now you going to searching for them. Then you be like, I didn't know they did all of this. You know what I mean? So I understand. You have to keep on writing, keep on doing what you do, and always have a extra bullet in the clip.
Yeah. I can tell they ain't really feeling this, so let me go and load the chamber.
Yeah,
Hold on.
man. Let me load
Hold on.
it.
Let me give you something else then. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, for real, for real. And then one day they'll learn to appreciate it because I know one thing about people. I find myself listening to some of my some great artists that I love, but it's some songs on the album that I skip over. But then because I was at a certain point in my life, first of all, and then when I get to that point in my life, I'll go back and listen to the album like, I don't remember this song, but you know what I'm saying? My soul connected to this song at this, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how did I miss this? And it happens. That's why you always supposed to have a lot of things going.
I like to tell some of the artists I noticed coming up behind me. Got a little cousin that's really getting into it. People find themselves not, hey, well, I don't really know what to do with myself. I'm writing, but I still put your face behind it. Get out there, find some platform, go do some performances. I couldn't tell you how many shows used to. Price
Yeah.
went up. I would do for free just to get the platform, just
Oh,
to
yeah,
let
yeah.
songs get in somebody else's ear, just so like go find your platform, go
Right.
share your music, go create your logos, go,
Yep.
networking is the key to it all. So sometimes
Yeah.
you're not gonna always hit the stage, but when you can meet with different artists and you
Mm.
can collaborate, it
Yeah.
helps.
Like, yeah, man, you got to find your tribe. You always have to find your tribe. Once you do, y'all work together. Because I've been around people, even younger people and I can, by myself, I hate this song. Whatever this song is, I hate it. But you will look on the corner, it's like this whole group of people vibing off this
Let's
song.
go. Right, still
Now,
rocking with
now I'm listening to the song different. Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
it.
Now I end up playing the song all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they done found the tribe, you know what I'm saying, that
Oh
love
man,
this.
I can like it now. Now I'm not bothering this. I hated it.
Right, right, right. And speaking of songs, would you let's talk about Faded. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play a little bit of it for the fans, if you don't mind, first of all.
Go ahead.
All right. Talk to us about Faded. What is this song about?
Sheesh, faded. I was going through a phase of my life Not only was I going through a phase, but I noticed some similar people that had been talking to me going through something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was sometimes we allow life to beat us down, not realizing that we're going through things for either a reason or a season. And until we get the lessons from what we're going through, we're going to continue to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
But until you wise up and realize that, you're going to either it's going to beat you down, either it's going to beat you up and you'll never stand up again, or you're going to get on. You're going to jump on board and you're going to move forward.
Right,
Um,
right.
but there was a point in my life where I had I felt myself doing that downward spiral, and I refused to stay there. Um, it had that was actually the first song that I started when I started back writing that I
Mm-hmm.
wrote. This was me fighting my way back through raising two kids on my own, fighting a divorce, all the things I hate to go all into my business. But
Right.
hey, it's the story, it's my testimony, and I don't
Right.
mind sharing.
Already
But
talk your talk then.
yes, I was starting to find my strength at this point. Um, we go through the ups and downs. Well, it's at this point I'm starting to climb back up. This time when I'm climbing back up, I'm not going back down because
Right.
everything that settles is at the bottom, and I
Right.
refuse to move on. But everything about my heart, everything about my disposition, my character, I felt at that point in my life
Right.
fading away. Everything like I tried so much, so many different things, so many different ways, so many, and it was just, oh my God, nothing's gonna ever be right. Nothing's gonna. But I allow one person, actually multiple people, to control that. He who angers you controls you. I am the artist.
Right.
Nobody gets that paintbrush but me. I get to design what I'm painting. But everything about me, I felt at that point was fading. Um, from not just one individual, not just a marriage, not just like work, home, family. It was a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
held in that song. So that's where it faded.
All right. Y'all here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Faded. Do it. All right, hold on. Hey, my faded disconnected. Give me a second. We have small technical difficulty. Hold on, give us 1 second. It happens sometime.
Absolutely. And then we bounced back.
All right, let's try this again. Here we go. Misunderstood.
Mixed.
Yep, that's the way I said. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm changing your name and stuff.
You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, I'm persuaded, but I had to get agreed. Had to find my strength, find a little peace, back to loving me. You grabbed my soul and dismayed it. Tamper with my peace, disassembled me, but I stood my ground, now I can't be found. Now I'm full of love. The things you rid me of was given from above. You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind, now it's faded. Now I'm so gone, and I'm persuaded there's a brand new me walking totally free. Here's a cheers to me. Can't leave you alone. 'Cause you took your time. Now time's faded, and you took my life and displayed it. But I took control and finally made it.
Yeah. That's what's your girl, MisUnderstood, man. Faded. Great. Let me give it another. That's a great song.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's your neo soul sound right there, right?
That's my neo soul.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So I guess when we get ready to do your next interview, I get that country song, right?
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
yeah, we're about 30 minutes into it. And before we leave, uh, can you give some thoughts or inspiring thoughts to upcoming artists, just older, younger, whoever that's trying to get into the game or into the game and don't have any encouragement? What you got to say to them?
I would say we all have a story. Somebody can take your story and it's going to resonate. If you can't put it together right every day you wake up, every night before you go to bed, right. I don't care if it ain't but a bar. Right. Write down your thoughts. I like to call it even, and I kind of stole this one from my sister, doing a brain bath. Um, Sometimes our mind is a file cabinet. And after so long of dumping all the everyday life things that we go through in life, that file cabinet becomes full and it has to have somewhere to go. Like shaking that Coke bottle up. You open it up and it's going to go everywhere. Get it out of your mind, get it out of your head, write it down. Writing, a lot of people say, I can't write, I just have to freestyle, I have to do it. That's okay too. No matter what, turn on your microphone, your speaker, do something. Do something along the lines. If you know it's your calling, if you know it's your purpose, if you know it's your desire and it's what you want to do, don't stop. Don't stop and don't ever depend on any. I've bitten into a couple of bad apples. Never
Mm-hmm.
depend on anybody to give you something that God gave you. He didn't give it to you for you to allow man to take it from you. He didn't give
Right.
it to you for you to sit on it. If he gave it to
Mm,
you, he gave it to you for a reason. Use it and use it to the best of your ability.
yeah. And come on with the word. Come on with the word. I almost started praying.
No, I'm
Yes.
done.
Nah, but like I would like thank you
Let
for
him
coming.
use you.
I'd like to thank you for coming on. Could you tell the people where they can find your music or find any venues you will be in, all your social medias and things of that nature?
Absolutely. On Instagram, I am Miss underscore understood. On Facebook, I am Talisha Cousin. I am on all streaming platforms, bunch of different genres, all streaming. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, iTunes. Um, do have some new music coming out, so y'all at different genres. These next three will be blues, pop, and I think it's another neo soul. But
Right,
lock in, y'all follow me, like me, share me, subscribe me, do whatever. Just don't speak bad on me, cause I'm good.
right.
I'm a good. But hey, go like, you know, follow me, friend me, whatever. I'll do it back. I support. I come to shows. I support other artists. I want to see us all win. We're
Right,
all hungry. We all deserve to eat. We all need to eat. So that's where I am. YouTube, I'm Miss_understood 44, as well as same as my Instagram. TikTok, same thing, misunderstood. All of those are the same. So y'all send the likes, send the requests. I'm sending them back. I've already almost reached 1K. So y'all,
right.
I'm just getting my feet wet. So y'all, come on with it.
All right, all right. I'd like to welcome y'all again to Misunderstood. Thanks for coming to the Music Maker Lounge, and we will have you on the show again.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Right, 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 right.
You took my heart and you played it. You took my mind. Now it's faded.